It's Linda MacPhee's workshop. Here's Linda.
Has that music got to you yet? It's starting to get to me and it's working on me. Welcome to my workshop and welcome to a fun day of sewing, because we've got a great day lined up for you. All kinds of interesting people and interesting things. And I think one of the most interesting people that I've run across in the sewing world is Ron Collins. So welcome to the show, Ron.
Hi, Linda. Thank you.
I know you've been on before.
Yes.
So, and the last time we had to zip through those ties, but this time I think you're going to tell us about a topic that is near and dear to everyone's heart, is pockets.
Right.
Because we all need pockets.
We do.
But you want pockets to look professional.
Nice and clean looking.
Yes, like this. I
Like
mean,
this.
You have done a beautiful pocket
Thank
on
you.
there, and I don't even see any. Do I see any stitching on that?
No, that is called an invisible stitch patch pocket.
Like glue?
Well, there's a little bit of glue in there. You're right.
Okay.
You know, I first saw this on a $1,200 jacket.
Okay,
And I thought,
not having $1,200.
Right,
you said,
I thought
okay.
I can do those pockets.
Okay.
I can do this. But before we go on to the invisible stitch patch pocket,
Let's talk about regular pockets.
let's just talk about doing a regular patch pocket.
Okay.
Now, the trick to these is the curves.
To make them even and to make them look the same on both sides?
Exactly. Not only the pockets, but the pocket flaps as well.
Right, right.
A number of things that I've used is adhesive webbing, a sewing gauge, a pocket template, marking pen,
Okay.
and a point turner if you have one.
Okay, all right.
Now, I also have, this is called trace a pattern. You actually
sure.
use this to trace patterns on. But what I'm doing here is I'm going to sew this right into my pocket, and this will stay in my pocket.
Oh, all
Watch
right,
this.
all right. Okay.
So this is my pocket cut out, fashion fabric. I'll do a finished edge on the top.
On the serger.
Press down my facing.
Have you got interfacing on this?
I've interfaced the whole pocket
And
here.
that's a good idea, isn't it?
Well, if you have a very loose or lofty fabric, yes. But on a traditional shirt, no.
Yes, you wouldn't. That's true.
I do this on
Depending on the fabric, too, wouldn't it?
Right.
I mean, if you're going to put a bunch... You're not supposed to put anything in pockets. They're just there to look
We
pretty.
do.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
So then you take your trace of pattern and just cut to this size.
Yeah, okay.
Like so.
Yeah.
Then from there, you're going to take and you're going to mark in your 5/8 inch stitching line.
Or whatever your seam allowance
Right,
is. Yeah,
right.
yeah, okay.
And then I've joined those lines up, and it looks like I'm doing a square pocket. But then I'm taking my pocket template, and I'm going to determine what curve I want.
Yeah.
The bigger the pocket, the bigger the curve, the smaller the pocket, the tighter the curve. But that's
Okay,
up
and
to
there's
you.
4 curves that you can choose from. Okay.
And you can just
Just
mark
go
it
around
like
this.
so.
So you line this side up, and you line that side
That's
up, and
right.
you just go around.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
And the lines that you've drawn, they're going to be your stitching lines.
Okay.
So then you start to stitch up at the top of the facing, and you go all the way around. Remember, this is
That you got a
stitched...
place. I was going to say, now where do you turn? Okay.
Exactly. And this is all sewn to the right side of the fabric.
Okay.
Once it's stitched, you grade down your seam allowance, notch out the curves,
Notch out, yeah.
and then you take your pocket, turn it right sides out, and you see how you pre-form
I think it's coming to me, yes.
those corners and are facing. I'm going to turn that out.
And that's where you'd use your little poker guy.
That,
yeah.
or you know what this little guy's good for?
Oh, yeah, I bet that is.
Right
yeah.
up there, and
yeah.
you bring out that corner.
Yeah, okay.
And there's your pocket, nice and finished.
Yes.
From there, you take it and you put it on your jacket or your shirt.
So the joy of this is that it hasn't added any extra bulk, and
No.
it's just kind of helped you. So
That's
you're going to
right.
leave it there, or you're going to take it
You
out?
can leave it there. I've actually taken the pocket, fused it down into place.
And this is
And
the
then
fusible web.
That's
So
a fusible
just-
web. Stitch it down. Then you can take and you can turn your pocket wrong sides out and trim out the
Yeah,
excess.
and that'll come out sometime, or
That's
you can
right.
pull
Or
it out
you can
whatever.
leave it in.
Yeah.
This shirt is about a year old.
And it's still in there.
And it's
yeah.
still in there.
Yeah,
And it looks great.
Okay, that is a wonderful way to just finish that off. Okay.
So that's your regular patch pocket.
Okay.
Now the next pocket we're going to do is the one that I am wearing.
Okay, the invisible one.
The
Okay.
invisible
Which
patch
is
pocket.
which, this one.
Which is this one.
Okay.
Now you first start off with this sample here. And this is a fully lined patch pocket.
Okay, a full meal deal. Right. Okay.
You first start sewing your lining to the
top,
fabric.
yeah.
And this seam will naturally go towards the lining.
Okay.
Here's that trace of pattern again.
Yes, perfect.
And I cover about 3/4 of the bottom
Okay,
edge of the pocket. Use the pocket template and measure in your
Do your
stitching
corners.
line.
Yeah,
stitch
same
it.
thing.
Decrease your stitch lengths stitch lengths on a corner. It'll help
And
give
that
a
way
nice,
you'll get a nice
smoother.
even.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're right.
Oh, this guy's precise. I mean, this guy. Yeah, you do a
You
quality.
You can do this.
Oh yes, yes.
And then from there, I trim down and notch out my seam allowances.
Okay.
So from there, you would take and you would turn your pocket right sides out
Okay.
and press it.
Okay.
Now, this is what your pocket is going to look like
Yes.
before we sew it on your garment.
Okay. So top stitch, top stitch. No.
Because
Okay. So what's the trick?
this is lining.
Right.
So this piece of fabric, Linda, is acting like my garment.
Okay.
So I'm going to take my pocket. There's a crease line. And it's placed like so.
Okay.
Once I've done that, with this lining sticking out, I'm going to take a chalk liner and I'm just going to go around the pocket.
Okay. So we
Like
see
so.
exactly where it's going to be.
Right. And this is just pinned onto the jacket. You flip the pocket up.
Okay.
And you see this chalk mark?
Yeah.
You're going to sew just inside the chalk marking.
So this is where. So it's about a quarter of an inch.
About
or
a
something?
quarter. You
Yeah.
can even go further.
Okay.
From there,
You're sewing the lining
just the lining, starting up here at the top of the pocket.
Okay.
Remember, this is going to fold down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then from there, you're going to press this lining into the pocket.
Press it on your stitching line.
Right. Bring it right in. So when this pocket comes over, do you see here?
It's
Next
going
step.
to be. I'm getting it.
See how that's all pressed
Yeah.
in?
Yeah.
You fold this over top and you hide all that construction work.
Yeah.
Our little stitch witchery. Underneath like so. All the way around.
Okay.
Fuse it down into place. Then you have to do a little hand stitch. I'm not a hand stitcher,
Yes.
but it's worth on this pocket.
Okay.
So from the wrong side, you would stitch down the pocket and
So-
then hold it into place.
So you would actually stitch right through and catch
And just catch
this
it.
under part.
Right.
Yes.
And
okay.
you see how you're getting all the strength from
yes,
the lining.
Yes, because the lining is taking all the brunt of all
So
your
you put your
stuff.
cell phone, your wallet, all that stuff in there.
Okay, I like the glue, and I like that business of coming through from this side. I mean, that is very tricky.
So
That
if you
is-
think $1,200 for a jacket and you can do it,
Okay, so we're going to put some flaps on these
you're going to
pockets.
put some flaps.
Okay.
Same thing here. I use my pocket template, my sewing gauge, my marking pen. On this jacket, I used fashion fabric and then lining.
Okay, and then
On
you've got
a-
black on top.
Right,
So you've got two
just-
different colors. That's kind of neat.
I like that.
Yeah.
It added to it.
Sure. Sure.
On a regular shirt, you would use fashion fabric
Okay.
on both sides.
Sure. Okay.
So same thing, marking your 5/8. Use your little pocket template
Okay.
and draw your stitching
Yep,
line,
yep.
stitch it down.
Turn it,
Here,
flip it.
turn it, flip it. Now,
And then what do we do with this raw edge? That's always
this
the trick.
raw edge. Well, there's a number of ways of concealing it, and this is my favorite. With the pocket facing up, stitch it down 5/8,
Okay.
press it down,
Yeah.
flip it up again, trim it down to 1/4 inch,
Okay, so if we do it like that, so trim that down, yeah.
flip it over, stitch
then
down
stitch it down,
3/8,
covering that.
covering,
And
you
this
get
all
a
looks-
nice little,
Yeah.
no
Yeah, that
problems
is,
whatsoever.
That is just lovely. Okay, Ron, that's wonderful. I think maybe you've liberated patch pockets, because patch pockets, there's so many different ways and so many different kinds. So thanks for being with
You're
us.
welcome, Linda.
We got to go because we've got more
Oh,
exciting
God,
stuff.
great.
Okay, thank you. Just before Ron left, I thought you should get a full look at this because I'm impressed. You've made all of this, the pants, the whole thing.
I sure did.
Yeah, and I mean, the contrast in the bound buttonholes, these pot buttons are so perfect. I mean,
Thank you.
It is just so perfect. I thought I was the queen of wardrobe, but so how many of these do you have?
Garments, I have about 120 that I've sewn. I've
All
only
black, brown, or navy.
kind of boring colors,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I can get away wearing it.
yeah.
I've only bought 3 garments off of the rack in 10 years, so I sew.
So
a
you
lot.
sew.
I
Okay,
sew a
you'll be
lot.
back then. You'll come back
Well,
and join us
thank
again
you.
another
I'd
time?
love to, Linda.
Okay, thank you. I'll have
You're
to leave you.
welcome.
Okay. And joining me again is Cousin Nancy, and I'm so glad that you agreed to do this with me, Nancy.
Oh, it's lots of fun.
Yeah.
I'm admiring, 120 outfits.
Yes, yeah.
10 maybe, folks, but 120
And he
anyhow.
fits all those forever
Oh,
and ever. I mean, isn't that amazing?
It's just a beautiful piece of work. Anyway, what are we doing?
All right, well, I like the creative part. I mean, I love the patchbox and all that, but let's do some funny, silly stuff that is just kind of...
It's Linda's turn.
Well, and there's no
That's right.
rules. I mean,
No,
there's no rules, and
no.
that's kind of fun, too. So there's just a beautiful place for both, and I can
that's
be
right.
both of those people.
Yeah,
So
okay.
this is fun. It's called peekaboo. And do you remember the game in school where you used to have wax crayons, and you wax crayon a big piece of
then you-
paper? No, then you paint it black, remember?
No? Oh, yes, I do.
You paint
yes.
it black, and then
you scratch. Yes.
So that's the game
Oh,
I loved in school.
okay.
So I said, let's do it on fabric.
Yeah.
So here's your wax crayons,
All the colors,
All the
okay.
colors. You paint it black,
Yes.
and then instead of scratching, you actually make some lines. So you go like this, and then you go like this, or you go like this, or you go wherever you want to go with lines, and you sew on those lines.
Okay.
And then-
So these lines, you're making half an inch apart or something.
Oh, you could make them whatever. I mean, they
Oh,
can
I
be
see,
wider.
okay.
This is the joy of this game. They can be wider. And you can have an
So
island
you can have a
coming out of
whole
here.
bunch. Oh, I see.
You could,
oh,
phew, yeah. Get in an
Okay.
airplane one time and look at the rivers, and it's
yeah.
just.
All right.
So these could be anywhere, and you could sew them evenly or not evenly.
Yeah, all right.
And then you would take your scissors.
Don't
and
cut yet. You have
You
to
got-
tell me
you have
about
to-
the fabric.
yeah. But that's
because
basically the principle.
that's what you're doing.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Actually, let's have a look at the model. That's what we need.
Oh, what,
Yes,
right.
we've
We'll
got
have
this
to-
jacket.
I
Yeah.
thought I was modeling it, but
Well,
we
you
have
are.
an even better
Yes.
model.
So the favorite pattern I like to use is the dolman sleeve,
Yeah,
because then you don't
yeah.
have to worry about where the
Perfect.
stitching and where the whole thing starts. And it's kind of neat to see the pocket all matching up. I don't know if you noticed that one, Nancy.
Let's
This
see.
is
Let's see.
kind of neat because this all lines up with
Right.
the pocket.
Oh, never mind.
There's
I won't
tricks.
even ask how you made that
and
word.
you do ribbing on it or no ribbing.
Yeah.
So that's basically the
Very
idea.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what fabric are you going to use?
Okay, what fabric?
Yeah, and I used a cotton here, and this is the cotton that you may have at home that you wondered why you ever bought.
Okay.
You know,
yes,
it's been sitting there for 100 years.
I wonder why you bought this.
Well, you see, okay, you try it. You take a cutout and you put it down, and then just a
Oops.
little bit of it peeks through. And you sort of say, well, that's a bit
Do you think
boring.
that's going to be- yeah, that's
No,
not
I
enough
don't
color.
think- no,
All
that's
right.
not good. So
Okay,
you
try
then
that.
Try this. That's kind of neat.
That's very subtle.
Yeah,
That's grandmother-ish.
Well, it
I
is.
should have
Well,
that.
we could
That
put a
would be
different design.
perfect.
I mean, we could have a different design.
Oh, I
And it looks
see.
quite
Okay.
different when you do more of a geometric kind of thing on it.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's possible.
Seems to me this might work.
yes.
This is the one you
want. Else.
you wonder why you bought it.
So yes, when you
Yes,
cover up
yeah.
most of that, it's quite neat. You
It's
don't
quite
see any
good.
design in it
Yeah.
at all. So that's kind of neat.
This looks awfully subtle.
That is quite subtle. And subtle is good sometimes.
Yeah, it would
So,
be all right.
yeah,
Yeah.
that could be
And
fine.
this subtle?
That's very subtle. But maybe you've got the skirt to match or
Well,
some other
maybe.
part of the.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
I
you
think
choose
the
your-
most important thing. Well, not the most. The color is big, but you
Yeah.
also don't want one that's sleazy or that's sort of wimpy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Sleazy or wimpy.
is this? Would you call this sleazy or
It's
wimpy?
a bit.
Oh,
it's a
all
bit,
right.
You know, you want something a little firmer. So I
Okay.
find that a cotton, a nice
Of
cotton
these
or-
5, which would you pick?
Well, I probably like the color of this one, so I'd have to just be careful. But this has got a nice body to it, so that
Yeah.
will work.
Okay, I see.
So,
All right.
okay, so let's then cut it out. Now that we've
Okay.
decided on the fabric,
There you go.
get that all out of there.
Now, something
And-
tells me this is ready for you to do something.
Yes. So
Yes.
the fabric is, and if you can see peeking through, where's
the
it
other
peeking
side.
through? There it is. It was a very interesting print, but just kind of regular, so it's kind of a
Okay.
good one to cover up.
All right.
Basically.
Yeah.
So we're going to cut out, and my favorite pattern to use on this is our crazy coat because it's all in one. And when you start getting creative, you don't have to fuss about messes on the inside because
Sure.
there really is no mess on the inside when you're done. The mess is on the
Okay.
outside.
Yes.
So
All right.
That's good.
That's true. Yeah.
So if you look, I just did all those chalk lines,
Yes.
and I just cut, or didn't cut yet. I just sew.
So, all right. So you're going to cut.
Yeah. So then you just take, and be careful.
But you have to use this kind of fabric because
You have to
it
use
won't
something that doesn't
fray.
fray. So
Yeah.
the fleece
All
is
right.
quite perfect.
Yeah.
So you can just bring that along, and then you can take your applique
Seems to me
scissors.
these are apple. I was going to say these are scissors I
And
don't have.
always, when I cut with this, I like to feel underneath that I'm not doing something wrong.
Right.
So I just cut. And it's sort of like opening Christmas presents to me. Oh, wow, look at how this is looking. And the joy of this is if you don't have enough, you can put some more. I mean, I'd rather do too few than too many.
What do you mean? You
Well,
can
if you
make
look at
more
it-
swirls or
Yeah,
something.
if you look at it, because
okay.
this is kind of boring. Maybe we
All
need
right.
another one, right there or something.
But you never make a great big patch of it. You always just have rivers.
Kind of have little rivers and
Yes.
suggestions,
Oh,
or
okay.
geometric
well,
shapes.
you have made it more than
Yes, there's
usual
a little
there.
sort of flower there.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah,
There's
right.
really no right or wrong to this.
Okay.
I would say the only thing, and I should maybe mention this, us being women, you don't want to sort of put the big circles right here. So other than that.
How is this one?
There's geometric shapes on that.
Oh, good.
Okay,
Thank goodness.
so this one is already, we actually put a pocket on this, and it was kind of neat to
Oh.
actually take the pocket, place it down, then take your chalk. I don't have
Which
it.
is under your
So,
pile
yeah,
there.
it's under my
Yeah.
pile. But draw the
Oh.
lines so that they line up.
Oh.
So take this line and line it up to
Line
this.
it up to there.
And then sew it and cut it. And then when you put this patch pocket on, just like we just did,
Yes.
it would be all, all
Yes.
matched up.
Yes. And people would wonder how you ever did it.
How we did it.
But you
more
could-
people more of the time.
And you've got to do something at the top here
Actually,
too.
what this is, you
All
can
right.
put this at the top of your pocket. But I'm going back to this one because
Okay.
when we sew this,
Ah,
we could put that
okay, I
as
gotcha.
a piping. And then that just
All
peeks
across
out
the
across
shoulder.
shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't put the zipper and I didn't put the collar, but you can see the collar and the zipper. Are you with me on that?
No.
Okay.
What
Zipper
are you
goes-
trying to tell me?
Well, once we've done all the creative thing,
Yes.
you're going to then sew the shoulder.
Yes.
And if you want to put that
Put
piping
this
in there,
piping in, all
that
right.
piping would just
Go
sit
there.
there. It would be very nice. Or you
Okay.
can just top stitch it like that.
Okay.
Then you want to put shoulder seam, underarm
Side
seam, make
All
sure
right.
it fits.
Okay.
Put your zipper right sides together.
Yes.
Put your collar on first, of course, because your zipper wants to go into your
Okay.
collar. So stitch that down. That would flip out. Always do this so that you know, hey, this is going to work. So it's really awkward doing the zipper up from the inside. You want it the right way. So
Okay, thank you.
yeah, and I would sew the same thing on the other side once
Yes.
it was sewn.
Yes.
And then I would put right sides together, and I would sew the collar onto my facing like this, and put right sides together,
All right.
and
So
then
okay.
and stitch.
All right.
All the way up, around the collar, all the way down,
All
the,
down
other
the other side.
Flip it, and we end up with this. Yeah,
Perfect.
exactly like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So if
So-
it was a vest, we could then just turn that edge under,
Okay.
and that's
And that's it?
Yeah. The one thing I didn't say, and I should have said, pins
Oh,
are
pins.
important.
Oh, pins.
Yes.
Right.
Because when you start sewing all these things and it starts bunching up,
Yes.
and if it gets all bunched up here, you then make a little seam there, and you take that out anyway. So
Oh,
it doesn't
okay.
matter.
Yeah.
But it's a lot easier if you pin the whole thing down pretty well first, or use some
Yes.
spray adhesive or something that
Yeah.
holds the two together. But
I could do
think-
this.
I think you could do this, and I
Yes.
think it could be fun, and no two are ever the same.
That's right.
Okay?
Well done.
All right, so we finished this one. We've got more exciting projects coming up. So here we go. Nancy, you know that I do love making instant things.
I
and
know. I know.
I think I may have just really done it this time. This is an absolute no-sew vest.
All right.
And
Show
the
me.
fabric is kind of neat. It's a fabric called Bigger, as in
Oh, it's
poor.
pieces of.
it's sort of
What
ratty
are
looking.
they?
They're all lasered on there. And they're
Lasered
permanent-
on.
yeah,
I was gonna say
permanently,
glued,
yeah,
but
yeah.
okay, all right.
So I thought, well, why don't we just take a piece of this fabric? It comes about, not quite 60 inches wide. So we
Yes.
take about half a yard.
All right.
And then I said, well, let's cut a hole in the middle. It's not even really the middle because I wanted it to be longer in the back than it is in the front.
Okay.
And then, yeah, you got it. And yes. So really, you don't have to finish any edges. You don't have to finish
No.
any edges here. But you might want to put a belt on.
I might,
Here's
but I'm
the
not
belt.
sure about belts, Linda.
Well, we'll blouse it. We'll blouse it is the secret.
Is that what you do?
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
okay, all right.
You see, because then it doesn't have to fit anybody.
Uh-huh.
You see, it doesn't
All right, okay.
have to meet here.
Okay.
So,
Quick, blouse
yeah,
it.
We'll blouse it,
Yes.
and we'll just kind of bring it over. and pull this over, and it's quite respectable. So it really
What do
is.
you think?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not
so
bad.
that is a no-sew, absolute easiest vest.
Okay.
Okay,
got
but I
that.
have one called the world's easiest
All
vest.
right.
And this is it. And
Oh, I like hers better.
you like, okay,
Yeah.
well, you can have one of these too. They're quick.
Okay,
They
fine.
are quick.
All right.
You know what we used on this one?
Well,
You can imagine.
it's a rug.
Yes, you got it.
For Pete's
So
sake.
this could be on your floor as we speak.
Yes.
And of course, you then go and try it on, and you see if it goes around you. So if
All right.
it goes around you,
Thank goodness we tried this before, and it does go around
it does
me.
go around. In
Yes.
fact, it makes not a bad skirt.
Oh, please.
Oh,
No.
we have a skirt. Okay, all right.
A
It
vest?
goes around.
Okay,
A vest,
yes,
okay.
all right.
And it's long enough. It has to be
So
long
it
enough.
goes.
So we have to make sure that it's long enough, which it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So then we make it into the vest. Okay,
amazing.
let's go do it. Okay,
All right.
thank you. Actually, you kind of like this one.
I
so
like
you can
that one.
put
I
this
should
one
put
on
that
while
on.
we're at
Okay.
it, too.
All right.
So there's a whole jacket with no side seam, that whole business.
Okay.
And that does make quite a fine jacket, too.
This is the beggar's jacket. I like the name.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
All right, so what
Here's
did I do? Here's my rug.
Here's your rug.
So we're going to lay it out. And, of course, the pattern would happen to be called the world's easiest vest.
I thought you already had one of those.
Well, I've used it 50,000
Oh,
times.
okay, so
you
it's
use
the same
it,
one.
Same pattern.
Oh, okay.
It's one piece. This is on the fold.
Yeah, gotcha.
So if we then find the middle of that, which is about there,
Yeah.
so we can use the fringe. So I'll push this right up. And instead of cutting this off, let's have that just go back.
Oh, good.
So now all I have to do is cut, 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 and cut.
Right.
Flip this over, do the same thing
Do
on
it
the other
there.
side. So then
Okay.
I have, and this is going to be how long it is. So I
Yep.
mean, we're not going to
Gotcha.
change that. The fringe
No.
is already on there.
Yeah.
So that
Perfect.
works quite perfectly.
Yes.
You got that.
Got that.
All
I
right.
can do that.
And of course, there's thousands of rugs where this rug came from. There can be all different kinds and all different colors.
Yes.
So here is another one.
All right.
And if anybody gives you any trouble in the rug department when you're trying on the rugs, I like this line. It's just tell them you're out on a day pass and they'll leave you alone. Because you need to really try on the rugs.
They kind of expect it of older women anyway, so it's quite. Well, I get away with it.
Okay,
It's fine.
Good. So what I'd suggest you do is just kind of serge the edges because
Yeah.
this rug is a bit wimpy. It's not really
Okay.
meant to be
Yeah.
kind of made into a vest.
Okay.
So we're going to then sew right sides together. And of course
Yep.
on this it doesn't really even matter which is right side. So we're going
Okay.
to sew right sides together. It's already serged, so that's all done.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that comes out, we'll just turn under that edge and top stitch it.
Okay.
So
So we
we-
don't have to double it or anything. Just
you
turn
can
it
bind
under.
if you want, but why bother?
Why
I mean,
bother?
we've only
Okay.
got 10 minutes to do this, so
So do
can
you
it.
make the? I'm still wondering about how do you make the collar?
The collar, this folds back. You see, once
Oh,
you've
it's there
sewn, yeah, it's
automatically.
there. You see, once you've sewn that seam,
Oh, I see.
this folds back. So it's all done.
It is. It is the world's. It is
We're
nice.
talking Christmas presents here.
This is
like
very
It is
nice,
world's
Linda.
easiest,
Yeah,
and it is a
yeah.
rug, and it is fun.
Okay, you have to finish off this.
Yes, we
Remember,
sort of
we
went
forgot.
a little quickly when we did
Yes.
this one. And so what I wanted you to see, and you had this on, so it was kind of
Mm-hmm,
tough to see it. But when I was talking about stitching and cutting, you can just stitch. You don't have to cut everything. And it makes it kind of sculpted.
So you would have made these lines with your pen.
Yeah,
you know, your
I sort of took
marker.
my chalk, and
Yeah.
I mean, you could make
Okay.
some more lines. If you decide now, I want a little bit more brown showing.
Okay.
I could make another line here and another line here, another line here, and I could stitch that, and I could cut that center section.
And I
out.
need to know about this cutting. You go as close as you can to the stitch.
Well, you don't want to get too close to the stitch. I mean, you want
Well,
to be fairly close, but
right.
not too close.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you look at this, there is just an edge along there. Just
All right.
You can't get really close.
Okay, as
So-
close as you can.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
And again,
all
if it's
right.
very firm fabric that doesn't fray, that will be fine.
It'll work.
Yeah.
Have you got time to tell me about the pocket?
Yeah, we have one more trick on this pocket.
Yes.
Ron talked about patch pockets, but
Yes.
he didn't talk about the zippered patch.
No.
So what I like to do is I like to sew the zipper at the top of the pocket, flip it over, and then if this was going on here, this is the wrong side, but you'll see I will actually turn those edges under and top stitch it, turn those edges under, and top stitch the whole thing on. So you go across the top of your zipper,
Right.
down around here, down around there, then we've got a zippered pocket.
I think the home ec teacher would have said no, but never mind.
Okay, we're finished. We've got to go. We're going to do it again next time on Linda MacPhee's Workshop, so join us.
To receive the companion book for this series, send $19.98 to the address on your screen or call 1-888-MacPhee.